this clip you're seeing, or this video, it might be a little bit disjointed. There's going to probably be a couple of sort of different missions put in here. But yeah, I'm just out here this morning, not too far from my house. I pretty much live, that's Table Mountain, I pretty much live over those buildings, across the harbour, across the bay, and I stay down there. But yeah, I'm just out at a spot that I usually come out to quite a bit, just to look around for some grass snakes and some chameleons and stuff like that. But yeah, as you can see, this water is generally way back, so it's really flooded and overgrown. So this section that I'm walking now is pretty much the only section that seems like it isn't totally flooded. So if there are going to be any snakes out today, they're definitely going to be out in this section. So I'm going to walk in the dry sections here and hopefully turn up some snakes, maybe sort of just basking on logs and just trying to get off the wet ground. But I will check in with you if I see anything. See a lot of anything under this cover is just super wet, so I don't think we're gonna have much luck. What have we got there? I think that's a little gecko. Oh, here we go. Let's see if I can grab him quickly. Well, there you go. I managed to just get this really chunky marbled leaf-toed gecko. He was just chilling under a section of bark here. You see he's got a bit of a regrown tail. I see a lot of these guys in my previous videos, so I'm not going to go on too much about him. Maybe grab a quick couple of still photos just for iNaturalist for record purposes, and then yeah, just going to carry on. I'm still just walking through the sort of higher grounds here, looking at any sort of sandy patches that are just on the outside of rodent burrows. Maybe spot things like spotted grass snakes or molesnakes just basking out, just really trying to get a bit of warmth. Because yeah, down here in Cape Town in the winter, although it's bright sunshine, it's probably, off the top of my head, probably not more than 18-19 degrees, so it's relatively cool for snakes, but clear blue skies and, whoa, pretty good conditions, but certainly not hot. So I'm hoping we're going to turn some snakes up, particularly in areas like this where it's just sort of open, like I was saying, open, sunny, dry sections. But yeah, I'm going to carry on looking and check in once again. So I just hiked up to these two molesnakes. There's one sitting in the grass right there, and there's another pretty big one basking in the bush. There's been a lot of rain lately, so most of this habitat is quite sort of flooded. But I'm in a bit of a predicament, because do I go for this one in the grass and spook the one in the bush, or do I grab the one in the bush and spook the one in the grass? I actually almost just stepped on the one sitting in the grass. I didn't see it. It didn't move or anything. So I'm gonna try to see, I'll put my camera down and try to see what I can do. Here's just a look at that smaller molesnake of the two. The one that was basking in the bush, I didn't grab, I just let him be. The smaller one, as I approached it, it was like trying to shoot down a burrow, so I just grabbed him quickly. You can see they get a little bit agitated, but I mean, generally they have a pretty bad reputation about being super aggressive and super bitey. But you can see this guy, that's the first sort of defensive sort of strike, or the defensive sort of tweak out that he's had. If you can hear, there you go, he just tried to give me another go. But you can see that they're pretty much just mock strikes. I mean, he's recoiling now. He could probably get my hand pretty easily if he wanted to, but he more just wants me to leave him alone. He just wants to get away, go back down the burrow, which he's going to do as soon as I finished just grabbing a couple more photographs, and then we're going to carry on our way. Seeing these two sort of basking right next to each other was pretty insane. I've never seen two molesnakes basking like that right next to one another, so that was really cool. But yeah, we're gonna go and see what else are we going to turn up? Cool. So here's just that the smaller of the two mole snakes. This one's about 1.5 meters or so. If you can get a decent look, if it'll all fit in the frame. But yeah, you can see he's not pitch black like the ones we got up the west coast a couple of videos ago. He's more of an olive brown, a sort of a dark brown. He doesn't have that pitch black belly. It's sort of a beige, bit of green in there. He's really relaxed. I mean, he's hissing a little bit. Obviously he doesn't enjoy having a little vlog taken, but he's not trying to bite. He just wants to get away. Even when I was trying to photograph it now, he just wants to get away. He doesn't want to bite or anything like that. But yeah, I'm just gonna grab 1 or 2 more wide angle photos of him and just let him go. The big one is still just sitting there in the bush as it was. And yeah, this is a typical Cape mole snake. Well, it's just a mole snake, but from the Cape. They're really relaxed, like I was saying. No reason to sort of drag out a big hype about them giving dangerous bites and all that kind of stuff when they really are relaxed. The only time you are going to get bitten is when you sort of mess with them. And you can really tell when a snake does not want to be handled or touched. Rather just leave them be. Don't try kill them and you'll be alright. It's absolutely crazy, this large mole snake. It looks like it's either missing an eye so you can't see me at all from the side, or it's just completely clogged up with sand because we've had so much rain lately. But then you can see I'm not even probably half a meter away from it, and it's just sitting here. It's totally unfazed. It looks like quite a big snake, probably like 1.5, 1.6 meters. But yeah, gonna get some shots and then we're gonna carry on. Hopefully we can see a couple of other snakes out basking. Good afternoon. I'm coming from you slightly different today. On a bicycle. And there's some mountains we are going to see. We're going to get after some Cape Dwarf chameleons today. So this is just the kind of vegetation. These are called restios, the kind of grasses. I don't know if you can see what's in there, but those are just some gross like cockroaches. Not the kinds you get in your house, but like the indigenous kinds. So yeah, there's a little baby I just spotted. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's see if I can zoom in there. There's a tiny little newborn Cape Dwarf chameleon, so that's pretty cool. Not all that impressive in terms of the colors, but as they sort of grow, they there's a big adult. I don't know if you can see, you can't. There you go. Just out of frame, there's a large Cape Dwarf chameleon adult. Quite strange to see them both in the same vegetation, but I'm just gonna get 1 or 2 record shots for iNaturalist and then I'll give you guys a closer look. So I found another good looking clump of restios. It is a little bit more difficult to try see them in the late afternoon like this because they sort of go further down into the clumps of restios and they really lose their bright vibrant colors. Oh, here's one. I literally almost put my hand right on it. This is the 3rd one for the same little area. This one's probably about 10-20 meters down the path from where I found the other one. That's really exciting. This is only the 4th or 5th adult that I've seen at this park. So that's really exciting. Gonna get a quick photo just to log this guy, and then I'm just gonna leave him in his position. You can see his feet are wrapped on their little branch, his tail's wrapped, so he's pretty much ready to go to sleep, so we don't want to mess him up too much. Thanks for your time, dude. Just gonna get a still and get out of here. So yeah, this is just a close look at this male Cape Dwarf chameleon. You can see he's got beautiful sort of emerald green with those pinky orangey flashes, which in this specimen is sort of outlined in blue, which is not unusual, but I mean, you can see. I'm just going to let him roll back into his restios and he can go on his way. So here's just another Cape Dwarf chameleon. You can see it's a really nice big adult. It looks like an adult female. I can't quite tell from here, but she should be getting ready to sort of get into her evening sort of perching position. I'm going to see if I can't get a little bit closer and have a decent look at it. You can see how they're doing that classic wobble to wobble, side to side chameleon tactic, but on these little resters they're pretty easy to spot. Cool, let me see if I can't get a closer look. So here's just a closer look at the other Cape Dwarf chameleon that I just had a look at. So sort of walking over these leaves, you can hear it's really noisy. I'm still in the same park that I was earlier. This is actually a nice adult looking female. See, she's absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, I've seen quite a few of these today, so I'm not gonna hop on about it or sort of hang on to this one for too long. Just gonna get a quick in-hand record shot for iNaturalist and I'm gonna let her go on her way. So I just got a quick in-hand photo. This girl can go right back on the rest she was on and carry on. And yeah, that was quite a nice looking one, you know, carry on out of here. Just to give you an idea how cryptic these chameleons are, I walked past this rest bush twice without even seeing this. Well, I mean, to give you an idea, that's the extent of what the habitat we're looking in. But you'll see now, I'm going to see if I can't zoom in. Quality is going to be dreadful. But right there is another Cape Dwarf chameleon. That looks like a little male. I'm not going to take him out. He's already way deep in there and in his sleeping position. I'm just going to grab a quick record shot of him sitting in there and going to head on out of here. Go. We have another Cape Dwarf chameleon. That's the fourth one for today. Let's see if I can't get a good look at him. I don't want to disturb him. You can see his tail's already curled and wrapped, ready to go to sleep. This looks like another gorgeous male. You can see about the blue and pink flashes on the side there. I'm going to carry on and see if we can't spot any more. Awesome. So I just stopped in a random sort of section here. I just flipped my first piece of concrete as I got out the car, and it seems like it's actually a triple flip. I just picked up this brown water snake. I didn't see this slug eater, and there's another slug eater. Let me try to get a hand on them before they get up. So just on the other side of the fence, it's basically trash heap heaven. I'm hoping I don't run into anyone sleeping in these bushes. I think but I'm gonna see if we can't pick up anything else here, considering we just got a triple flip literally on the side of the road. But gonna flip a couple of these trash piles and see what we can possibly get after. So we're continuing, it's like an airliner. We're continuing in here, just flipping trash. There's some carpet tiles, old seems like just building rubble really. Some more carpets and old clothes, but these generally are pretty good because they provide like a moisture seal or a moisture layer. Again, carpet tiles. Oh, there's something. What is that? I think it's just a slug eater. It's a big slug eater. Yeah, we got those two baby slug eaters just now, and that's a pretty decent sized common slug eater. You can see these pretty cool yellowy orange bellies. Small sort of rounded head. Like I said, this is quite a big one. This is really chunky. You can see he's on an old shoe there. I might actually stop and get a couple photos of this guy. Let's see if I can give you a better look at him. What I really enjoy about slug eaters is they literally never bite. I've never had one try to bite me, never do anything. They just musk really bad, which is not ever pleasant. But that's pretty cool. Got like 4 snakes within like 5 minutes of being here. So I'm gonna see if we can't turn up anything else. Maybe a nice decent sized brown water snake would be quite cool. But yeah, I'm gonna grab a couple of photos of this guy, see if he sits, and then just let him go back into his really unnatural pile of carpet tiles. So here's just a look at this young Aurora house snake that we flipped earlier, just under a little piece of concrete, not too far away from the much larger one, which I showed in the earlier clips. But this thing is absolutely gorgeous. If you look at this sort of orange stripe down the spine, they are, has to be one of the most beautiful snakes in the country, for sure. I know I go on about it, but it's because it's true. But yeah, he's finished getting a couple of stills of this guy, and then just going to let it go. So some nice easy things to flip. I'm really bad at trying to film and get clips at the same time, so I generally try avoid it. This is just gonna break away, but there's some nice bits of cover. Actually, I'm gonna just try flip this cover, and I will check in if I see anything, because I'm not gonna lose a couple more creatures just trying to get the flips. Here's just another look at this big old leopard toad. You can see he's pretty big. He's probably gonna jump, but next to my hand you can see he's a decent size. So I'm on the verge of freaking out. Have a look at this. I just flipped this massive Aurora house snake under this piece of polystyrene. Holy crap. This thing is absolutely insane. This is a beast of an animal. This is absolutely ridiculous. You've seen the small ones in my videos previously, but have a look at this monster of an Aurora. This is absolutely insane. See if you get a proper look at it now. See next to my hand, this is a good 50 or 60 centimeter, no, probably bigger. I'm actually at a bit of a loss for words right now. This is absolutely incredible. So once I've composed myself to a mild panic, here's just a closer look at this absolute unit of an Aurora house snake. This one measured in at 76 centimeters, which is a lot larger than I initially thought it was. After giving it a quick look, it's in amazing condition, and it actually appears to be gravid. So it's really cool that we could find a big specimen like this and actually know that they're still reproducing in the area. So we're gonna let this guy go.
It's so beautiful.
Go, I'm releasing this guy in here, hey?
Yeah, cool. That's nice.
Hopefully I'll find little babies. Yeah, that would be cool.
So the video was a little bit disjointed, but thanks so much for watching, and I'll